aliens among us. Well, they are at the box office. District 9, the Peter Jackson sci-fi thriller, finishing in first place this debut weekend. $37 million coming in. The alien invasion, a favorite of Hollywood. America's fascination with the extraterrestrial, powerful to say the least. In March, NASA launched the KEPLER satellite. Its mission to see if indeed there are other planets out there similar to the Earth. Basically checking to see whether or not we are alone in the universe. Joining us for the discussion, Newsweek correspondent Andrew Romano writes about this in the latest issue of Newsweek. You saw the cover with aliens. Andrew, I understand you've got pretty strong circumstantial evidence, to say the least. What's your lead, and how do you back it up?
Sure, yeah. Basically, you know, Hollywood has always said that aliens are going to come down and visit us, but scientists don't believe that's the case. In the past couple of years, they've made a bunch of breakthroughs that have led us to believe that there are other, planets out there that could harbor life. There's water elsewhere in our solar system, for example, and we've seen planets orbiting other suns that, lead scientists to believe that there are probably 100 billion to 200 billion other Earth-like planets just in our Milky Way galaxy alone.
1 to 200 billion Earth-like planets in a Milky Way alone, and how many galaxies are there? Ballpark?
It approaches infinity, so the numbers there are pretty much limitless.
So an infinite number of galaxies, our galaxy alone, with a few 100 billion planets that are similar to the planet Earth. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the chances that there are some other forms of life out there, whether intelligent or not, are very, very high. And that's what the KEPLER mission is aimed to do. It's looking to pinpoint the planets that are like Earth, that are close enough to the sun that they orbit to be warm, but not so far away that they're freezing cold. They're the right size, that have the right gravity, that could harbor life similar to what we see here on Earth.
How do they do this? In other words, how do they identify that this number of planets exist, 100 billion planets like the Earth? How do they even reach that conclusion? Sure.
The 100 billion number comes from, it's almost like a mathematical calculation. When you look at how many stars there are out there, when they look at the planets that we've found that are similar to planets in our solar system, they can infer from that the number might be somewhere in the 100 billion range. Now, they don't know for sure, and that's what KEPLER is designed to do. It's designed to go out there, stare very intensely at a small part of our galaxy, about 100,000 stars, look at every star, and watch for shadows that pass in front of those stars. And from that information, it can identify the size and the orbit of those planets and potentially, isolate the ones that are like Earth. Then where we go from there is another question.
So just to be clear, and I'll let you go, the number of planets that are similar to the planet Earth is roughly a few 100 billion times infinity. Is that correct?
Well, it could very much well be that. That's the estimate that we have now. And right now we're in the early stages of actually finding those planets and then potentially finding life.
So, let's say, just for round numbers, we'll say there's 100 billion Earths times infinity. Does that work for you?
It works for the scientists who are making these estimates, and it sounds like a good number right now.
I feel like once we add that old infinity multiplier, it doesn't really matter, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Andrew. Congratulations on the cover piece. Look forward to giving it the full run here.